They cannot understand the attitude of the Sufis. They cannot decide whether Sufis are beginners on the spiritual path or whether they've arrived at their goal. If they call them beginners, they cannot prove this to themselves because of the Sufis' personalities, which radiate God. And if they call them the ones who have arrived at the height of spirituality, then they think, how can Sufis, who are supposed to be God-realized, be so childlike as to worship God in the same way as everybody else does? And when they say that they do not see any importance in the worship of form, that they are above form. Moreover, there are some attitudes of the Sufis which very much shock the religious, the orthodox, for the realization of the Sufi cannot always be held back. They might try to do so, but sometimes it may leap out, and then one begins to doubt whether the Sufis are really worshippers of God or whether inwardly they feel differently toward God. The Sufis, therefore, are a riddle to those who cannot understand them fully, to those who stand outside of Sufism, for they do not know what the Sufis believe and what they do not believe. And then he says there are 4 different stages of God realization of the Sufis. And so, now I'm just going to give them in a pith way. So the first stage that we have to do is we have to form a relationship with God. And I shouldn't say that with God. We have to form a relationship with our God ideal. Because, like I said, it's shooting an arrow at a target you can't see. And so there's no doubt that if we sat together and tried to feel into our God ideal, we might come up with a very similar palette. What would that beloved you are calling to, looking toward? What are the qualities that you, yeah?
Playful.
Okay. Playful. I like that.
Unconditional acceptance.
Unconditional acceptance. My beloved has unconditional acceptance. Yes.
Sweet.
Sweetness. Beautiful.
All inclusive.
All inclusive. Right. Nobody left out.
Never goes away.
Never goes away.
Joyful.
Joyful. Is it a conditional joy?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Knows me better than myself.
Okay.
Compassion.
Yeah, and what kind of compassion? Unconditional. Unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness. So those are the natural qualities that we're going to try to develop a relationship with. And we should also be aware that not only do we have our God ideal, but you might call it, we have an unconscious God ideal. And what does that look like? Usually looks something like mother or father. And like mommy or daddy, you know. If it's not your mother, it's your father, you know, one or the other. Or a brother or sister. So if you had a scolding parent, or if even the parent wasn't scolding, if your experience of the parent was scolding because of the alignment that you had, then it's oftentimes you'll unconsciously project that quality onto God. Just like you will project that quality onto people you look up to. You know, you'll think, why are they being a pointing God, you know? Why are they being a mean God? And so on, a mean person, and so on. So that's the first stage.